Good morning, everybody. Orin J here with another War of the Visions video. It's Monday morning, bright, dark, and early Monday morning. We've got the news for the week dropping today. We got our Guild Wars highlights of the week, and we got updates to our tank tier list. Let's do it right now. Okay, first things first, let's jump into the notices and take a look at what we can expect to get this week. No surprise, Camillo and Freezy's, the Ice Dragon Vision card, are dropping this week. Now, Camillo is part of the selection quest. That's a little bit further down on the list. We'll get there in a second. And Freezy's is our new UR Vision card Esper combo. If you pulled for Valentine's Day Salire, here you go. This is the thing that will unlock that unit and really power her up. I'll probably make a whole video just about this card, who it's good for, who it's bad for, etc., like I usually do. Now, here's Camillo. He's a UR light element unit that we can get from the selection quest. Notably, like our boy Thancred, he comes without a limit break. His jobs are pretty good though. Dragoon, Sniper, Pugilist, nice damage variety right there, right? You got piercing, you got range, missile damage, and you have striking damage. 3 different damage types, that's pretty cool. And he's a unit you can get for free by doing the selection quest. So there he is. I'll do a video on him, of course, covering what he can do later this week. And there we go. Okay, here's Freezy's, the new UR Vision card Esper combo. Party ability. So, ice units only, ice attack up, critical damage up, and max HP up. Cool, I like that. Limited bestowed effects, magic up, which we always knew it was going to have, but the global upgrade is max HP up and magic attack resist up. Hey, that's fantastic. Put this on your Salire. Now, she's not only getting all of the boosts it was going to give her, but it's helping cover one of her weaknesses. That was magic attacks. So more HP, more magic attack resist, fantastic. This is a great card for your ice teams. If you're an ice player, I think you got to go for this. Okay, then the summon for Freezy's actually inflicts the new status ailment, I believe. Evokes Freezy's, deals ice damage large to targets within range, and significantly lowers healing power for 3 turns, and activates temporary map effects, so you get a buff, and lowers enemies' ice resist. So maybe it doesn't, I don't know, but we'll see. Okay, and then we talked about the global upgrade. Okay, new ability added, Frostbite. Now, if your units get Frostbite on them, which I believe Freezy's summon does this, they will lose AP every turn. It's the opposite of AP regen, right? It is poison to regular regen, right? That's the comparison. So Frostbite will be a powerful status effect, and it'll be something that, will suck to have on you. You can remove it, though, with Esuna. I believe Ayaka's boots will remove stuff like this, which is a way to get the AI to actually use that activate. Stuff like that. Okay. Oh, and Calamity Strongguard. So Mashiri will be able to block that status effect. Cool. Now, we're going to get a challenge board for freezes. Pretty standard stuff right there. 75 shards available. JP bonus for Camillo, Durando, and Shoot Cell. Now, Durando and Shoot Cell are on here because they are getting EX this week. So for all 3 of you that use Durando and Shoot Cell, they're getting their EX jobs. Pretty neat. I'll talk about it a little bit, I'm sure. Maybe one of them's Sleeper really good. We'll see. There, it's talking about it right there. So Camillo's the UR who can go to 120. Durando and Shoot Cell, MRs that can now go to 120. 3-star Esper Awakenings, it's Freezy's and Marlboro. Now, Marlboro, actually a pretty good Esper for being not UR. I use it on Winter Venera a lot. So that's something, I'm going to definitely look into that and see how good that becomes. He's getting poison resist added, so that kind of sucks. Weak. Now, there'll be a Beast Inquest, etc. Here's an interesting one. Alim is getting a voiceover. Now, I'm going to give credit to Merlo on this one, too, because I was watching his stream. We were building up to this, and it goes live, and he saw this, and he said, tinfoil hat time. What if they're giving Alim a voice? Because Alim's about to get a UR limited edition summertime unit. What if Swimsuit Alim is about to become, global exclusive And that's why they're bringing in a voice actor to voice an otherwise not necessary to voice unit. That's pretty good tinfoil theory as far as those go. So that's all for that one. Next up, weekly campaigns and quest. We're getting Interlude Part 2 Scene 1. So Part 2 of the Interlude coming out. Will Macherie and Glaciella fight to the death? Find out next time. Etc. We're getting the Arena campaign, the Typhoon Challenge. Here's our login bonuses. We're going to get Freezy shards. We're going to get leveling materials, burst pots, rainbow turtles. Good stuff. It's kind of what we're starting to expect. But hey, these login bonuses are freaking good, so I'll take them every time. Okay, double arena medals. So if you're going to do a week where you like really use your pots to push arena, this week would be a good one because you'll get double rewards. There's the chapter. Now here's Typhoon Challenge. There's going to be a new farmable event this week for silver-rimmed spectacles. These are accuracy glasses, which makes sense, right? You put your glasses on, you can see better. They prevent blind. They give like, the AIM version gives like 26 accuracy. So I don't know how necessary these are in the current meta. They are definitely something that, I mean, you should probably farm one of just to have in your inventory in case evasion ever becomes a huge deal again. But yeah, we'll be able to do the Typhoon Challenge this week. We'll look at that in more detail later, of course. Secret book quest this week is Spearfist Gun, and that's it for that one. Okay, Selection Quest. This is a brand new game mode coming to the game. This is where you can get Camillo, and they did confirm that the way you can do it is by using MR and lower rarity units. So, I know a lot of content creators have been saying, hey, hope you're getting your Selection Quest team ready. Yeah, light element units only, MR and lower. That's who you can use to go unlock this UR unit Camillo for free. Now, it's not limited. This is going to be in the game now. Whenever you can do it, or at least that's how it's, or I understand it's going to be. We'll see. There will be good drops in here too, rainbow stuff, Fragments of Thought, Awakening Prisms, all stuff that we'll want to get, so farm all that stuff. Okay, then Beginner's Guide number 4 YouTube video. Alright, so this YouTube video I guess going to talk about upgrading units, vision cards, and espers. Justin's going to do it, community manager, going to give some tips about the game. Cool, alright, so they're making a YouTube video for new players. Awesome. That's the news. So, there's some cool things in there. Selection Quest, we got a farmable event. Awesome. Now, let's move on with this video and go to our Guild Wars highlights of the week, because this is a pretty dang cool one this week. Alright, now it's time for our PvP highlight of the week. And this one comes to us from Cecil in the Guild Cetra. They're taking on Valeria. And Cecil is running his Venera Shadowlinks Black Rose Helena team. So mono dark, but not the kind of mono dark that you're like used to seeing, right? This isn't Dwayne Ruinstern, Helena. It's nothing like that. This is an evasion squad with Venera, Shadowlinks, and Black Rose Helena. And Cecil has gotten his units to do some pretty interesting things here. Now let's watch how it plays out. Shadowlink's gonna buff that evade. Cool, and there's Black Rose Helena using her TMR. Pretty standard. Enemy team Titus and Mont for tanks, both running forward and supported by Ildira. A pretty formidable physical damage based comp from the enemy. Now, Venera eats the stun early, so her first turn doesn't even count. Shadowlink's buffing up. Black Rose Helena, accuracy buff, okay. Mont working his way in, dodge on the stun blade from Venera. Now it's her turn. She's gonna drop the LB. Look at this poison on Mont. Keep track of that poison. Shadowlink's big time damage, and then Black Rose Helena just used disable. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's Mont's turn finally. He's like, I'm getting back in the fight. And no, he's not. Let's reverse that for just a second. Watch this. Mont, 2,099 damage from the poison, and he dies to it. That's what she was supposed to do to her husband Dario in the story. Instead, she does it to King Mont. Oh my goodness. So, this team is like an evasion status effect team. You got poisons, you got stun shot from Venera, you have disable coming out from Black Rose Helena. Cecil put together a really cool dark squad, and that's why it's featured on this week's Guild Wars highlight of the week. If you want to be on Guild Wars Highlights of the Week, join the Discord, link in the description. I have a place on there to submit your Guild Wars highlights, or stop by the stream on Sundays at 4 Central Time. We stream Guild Wars Highlights that whole stream, and I typically pick my favorite one from that stream, or two, to feature on these videos. Okay, let's go next to the tier list update. Alright, now we're still going along with the tier list for different types of units. If you missed it earlier in the week, I put out my tank tier list first. This is the first one we're going to tackle, and we're going to be updating it every week just like, we normally would. Now, this was my rough draft, kind of. The first one I put out. I asked you guys for comments. Who do you want to see on here? What do you agree with or disagree with? We got tons of really, really good feedback. I took a whole bunch of notes, and here's what we got. First of all, I want to add Delita, Kilfay, and Titus to the list. I think they belong here. I meant to add Titus last time, but he's like, don't take notes like I do. I'll put it like that. I'm not the best note taker in the world. Anyway, there's also some changes I want to make. Let's start with the new units. Okay, Delita's up first. I think Delita, and this might get some people weirded out. Delita is a physical tank, in my opinion, and he's got all the tools to be a really good physical tank. If he was 120 EX'd, I'd put him right here in A tier. Since he's not, I'm going to drop him down here next to Nasha in B tier. But top B tier, and really looking for the future in this guy, getting that 120 job. He has all the things in his Paladin sub that a physical tank needs, right? Sentinel, Divine Spirit, Taunting Blade, all of that. If you can figure out how to get him to use that stuff, he can bring that to a fight, and he has some cool status effects in his kit that he brings. The trick with him is he's not 120 yet, and you have to make the AI do what you want it to do, right? Prioritize Taunting Blade over your status effect things, right? It's sort of a game you have to play with the AI, and his game's a little more complicated than some easier ones, but still a very good physical tank, top of B tier in my opinion right now. Kilfay is the next one I want to put on this list. I'm going to drop Kilfay I'm going to drop her, let's put her over here by Fryevia in B tier. Now, Kilfay is a mage, and most of the time when people run her, they run her as a mage. However, she has access to Taunting Spell, and as a physical tank, again, physical tank, she has the shield, the damage reduction shield. She's very good at getting aggro with Taunting Spell, and because she is a mage using Taunting Spell, it hits pretty hard. She's a dang good physical tank, and I'm telling you, when this chick gets her 120 job, she's going to shoot up there in priority to like the highest priority levels. She dominated global PvP for a long time. She was the meta queen for a while, and I think her day in the sun might come back someday in global when she gets her 120. Next up is Titus. Okay, Titus slots in up here. I'm going to put Titus just above Agrius on this list. Now, Titus is again a physical tank. Although his necklace, really good at adding some magic resist to him. You can put magic resist on this guy and make him sort of resistant to magic. However, that's not his best role as a tank. He's best served as a physical tank. He's also helped out by being water element, so he's really good against the current like King Mont, Rain, those kind of people. He needs Taunting Blade to get aggro, but because his kit lacks area of effect attacks, Taunting Blade is kind of his best AoE attack. And so the AI will like to use it. Taunting Blade does large damage. He probably requires bells to be an efficient tank, but the AI for him, real good. He'll go Physical Shield turn 1, then start looking for those Taunting Blades turn 2. Or he'll go bells, Physical Shield, Taunting Blade, if you can get the AI to like space that out correctly. He's a dang good physical tank who does a lot of damage on the back end. I slot him into A tier. Now, I wrote down some adjustments, and I want to make some adjustments to this list based on the feedback I've been getting from you guys. I am going to take Marielle here and drop her down to the bottom of A tier. I do think I had her slightly too high, so I'm going to adjust her down just a little bit for now. Tell me if you guys feel like that's enough of an adjustment. I'm really using her a lot more right now, especially with selection quests coming up, so maybe I'll have a more revised thing on her next week. Okay, what else did I write down? Dario. I had Dario too low. I underestimated a lot of what Dario could do as a physical tank. So, because he's such a good magic tank and such a good physical tank, I think he belongs up here, like, somewhere around Nasha. Maybe not... I don't think he's as good as 120 Nasha. But I do think he's on that same plane as, like, Mont, because he's more versatile, right? He's a very good magic tank, and he can be a pretty good physical tank, too. Okay. Those were the changes. Those were the updates to this tank tier list. Let me know again how you guys feel about this. I'd be happy to make some more changes here. A lot of people talking about Dwayne, and I want to remind you again, I don't think Dwayne is a bottom level B tier unit. However, as a tank, he's not the best in my opinion. This is a tank tier list. Dwayne will be on the DPS tier list too, and he'll be higher ranked. So there we go, guys. Let's keep this video about this long, however long it is at this point, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. It's super freaking early in the morning. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.